Hello and welcome back to another pick a card reading. If you are new to my channel, my name's Leanne Marie. I am an intuitive card reader and a spiritual mentor. I offer these pick a card readings every 1 or 2 weeks, and I also do moon messages and some spiritual topic videos as well. So hit the subscribe button if you want to catch more videos in future. Give it a like if you like it, and comment away. Comment saying which pile you picked, and I'm happy to always get back to everyone who comments. So so thank you for being here. For those who have watched me, thank you so much for your support. So this is going to be a pick a card reading for your next steps. So what are going to be your next steps on your journey? So we have 3 piles here. We have the Flourite pendulum, the white Howlite pendulum with some chakra colours on there as well, and the opalite pendulum. So yeah, just using pendulums today, so I've never used those before. So so have a little choose of your pile. You can choose more than one if you want to, just whichever one you feel drawn to. I have mentioned in the past that it can sometimes benefit you to go with the one that you feel quite resistant to as well, because that might have a message in there for you as well, so pay attention to that. And I will pop the timestamps below in the description box for the pile, so you can go straight to them. Anything else you want to know about me, any of my services, they're all in the description box as well. So please have a look, and you can connect to me on any social media platforms as well. So let's get on with the reading. Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be for those who've chosen pile number 1, the Flourite pendulum. Beautiful Flourite. Got all those lovely colours. I do love this crystal so much. It's so pretty. It's chipped a little at the bottom though, so maybe there's a little bit of you that's a little bit chipped, a little bit like broken, I'm not sure. But yeah, those who've chosen this beautiful crystal, this is your pile. Okay, so the first card we have for pile number 1 is Solitude. Okay, so I feel at the moment you are, sorry about the light there, I feel at the moment you are taking some time to yourself. You're taking maybe some hermit mode time, you know, being by yourself or wanting to be by yourself. So if you don't get that time to yourself, you're really in need of that at the moment. You're really wanting that time to yourself. For those who are getting that time, I feel like it's really doing you some good at the moment, because you do need some time to reflect. You need some time to go within and really listen to yourself, really listen to your needs and what's important to you at the moment. There's a real strong sense of that for this pile. Looking at the other cards, it's all about really listening to what's important for you, for yourself, because I feel like you're maybe the type of person that would have always have put everyone else before you, or just thought about other things before yourself. So you thought about work before yourself, thought about other people and what they want before yourself. You're always someone who's very give, and now it's time for you to start receiving and start giving to yourself. Okay, so there is a real strong sense of really needing that time to yourself to work out what it is that you actually need, because there might be it might be that you just don't know what you need, because you're so used to giving to other people so much that you just haven't given it a second thought as to what you need, okay, and what's important for you. I do feel like it's really important for you to do some reflection time, maybe go for walks. I'm seeing like a river here, so maybe like be by the river, just be with that calmness. I feel like you're really in need of calmness at the moment, calmness in your mind, calmness in your surroundings, some more peace and quiet. I'm hearing hearing peace and quiet, but that is what you need. You need to hear peace and quiet. Okay. I'm just seeing someone saying I need calm, I need quiet, I need calm, like just constantly. So I'm also looking at the word vibes in front of me. I've got this hanging thing that says good vibes only, but I'm really drawn to the word vibes. So I don't know what that's about, but then there is, so there's kind of like a sea theme going on that hanging ornament that I've got, and there's like seaside, okay, so that might be why. So like seaside things, there's like an anchor, there's pearls, there's a seahorse, and there's coral and, you know, things on it, so it's like the seaside, so maybe seaside vibes. So you're needing to maybe go by the sea, be by the sea, and just really take in the seaside vibes, okay, or the sea vibes, and just that calmness of the water and everything. Just don't go obviously when it's like really choppy waters, but but yeah, just that feel of being by the sea, and that's what I'm picking up for you. Okay, that's what you're needing. So yeah, this is what your next steps are. So anything that you feel to do from what I tell you is going to be your next steps. Okay. So then the next card we have is a High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is someone who really, really listens to herself and her needs and her intuition. Okay, is really connected to her intuition and really follows what's important for her. Okay, now I'm saying her, now this isn't gender specific, this is just her energy. Okay, so she's got like a feminine energy, so it could be that you are a male who's got more feminine energy, or you just need to be more in your feminine energy. So kind of just going within more, going with the flow more, being more in your feelings, receiving more than giving, just being more in your feminine energy. Okay, everybody's got feminine and masculine energy, so this is not gender specific, but I am just saying her for the sake of this card. Obviously, you know, depicted as a she on there, and that there is also a message on here of just of going forwards. Okay, just focusing forwards. So if you have a tendency to focus on what's gone on in the past, or what's kind of stopping you at the moment, it's saying focus forward. Just focus on where you're going, not where you have been. Okay, that's a real strong message here, and it is a message in one of the other cards as well. So I do feel like there is a theme here. I am getting I don't know whether this is because of the energies that I'm picking up, or whether it's just because I'm sitting in an uncomfy chair, but I am getting like a real achy feeling in my back, and I've not really struggled with my back lately, so it might be someone's energy here is like struggling really with their back, and this is like stress generally. So it's lower back. So lower back is normally like money worries, stability, security, safety, all of that. So there could be someone here needs to work on their lower chakras, so like root chakra, which is about stability, safety, security, all of that, money worries, things like that. So if you are worrying about money and it's bringing you back to like past experiences, you need to just focus forward. So you need to focus on where you're going, where you want to be. Okay, maybe visualize where you want to be, or know exactly what you want to achieve, and just see what steps that you can take. I will see if there is any more guidance in the cards for this, but it is saying to move forwards on your next steps. You can't focus on the past. You can't focus on I'm hearing what someone's done to you. Okay, so it could be that someone's done something to you that's affected your finances, that's affected your stability, that's affected your safety. You don't feel very safe, you don't feel very secure or stable at the moment because of something someone else has done, or a situation that's happened, and you just keep replaying it in your mind, and it's like it's not helpful to you. They're saying you really need to stop focusing on that and focus on what's in front of you, and focus on where you want to go, because it's not going to help you to keep focusing on the stuff in the past. It's just going to keep you stuck. Okay, right, very specific message there. So as I said, it's not going to resonate for everybody, but if you do feel called to like pick any of the other decks as well, or listen to the other decks, there might be messages in there for you as well. But do bear in mind there's going to be a lot of people watching this, so it can pick up on many energies. Okay, the next card we have is Lighten Your Load. Now it makes total sense, because if you've got, they call it baggage, don't they? So everybody's got baggage, everybody's got things that they've brought over from other relationships or other workplaces or other situations. And it's to say you really need to let that baggage go. Okay, you don't need to carry it into your future. All right, it's time to lighten your load. It's time to take that weight off your shoulders, and just stop carrying the past with you onto where you're going to go. Okay, so your next step is to really think about what you've been doing, what you've been holding on to, that you need to let go of. Now this, I'm hearing self-blame, so I don't know if someone is blaming themselves for something, but this is to say you need to let go of that, because it's not helping you. They're saying it's not helping your confidence. Okay, now obviously if you're blaming yourself and you're feeling really crap about yourself, it's not going to help your confidence. But where you're going, or where you're wanting to go, it needs you to be confident. It needs you to be in this high priestess energy, this powerful energy, okay? This like in your own power, in your own confidence, knowing yourself fully, and knowing that you've got so much to give, okay? And you can really trust yourself, and you can really listen to yourself. And it's saying with that load on your back, with the weight on your back, weight of the world on your shoulders, you're not going to be able to see. Look, he's bent over. He or she? Oh, yeah, he. Bent over, again, not gender specific, and he can't see his way forward. He's got his head, you know, low down to the ground, so he's not going to be able to see where he's going, is he? So unless he takes that off his shoulders, he's not going to be able to see where he's going. All right, so you need to do the same. You have to let that go, because if not, you're not going to see a way forward. And I can see him, when he takes this off his shoulders, he'll stand up tall. And you know, when people stand up tall and they feel really confident in themselves, you'll gain that confidence, and you'll be lifting the light in front of you, so you'll be able to see the light, like literally like see the light at the end of the tunnel. So you'll be able to see the light forward. You'll be able to shine the light forward and see exactly where you're going. All right. So I feel someone really needs to hear that. Okay, and then the next card we have is Call of the Muse. So big message in front of me saying follow your inspiration. Okay, follow what lights you up, follow what brings you joy. If you find it hard to let go of the past, to let go of things that keep playing on in your mind, to let go of self-blame, to let go of all of this shame or resentment or whatever you're holding on to, if you find it hard, you need a different focus. And one of the things that makes it a little bit easier to lighten that load, to lighten all of those things that are going on for you, is to do what lights you up, do what inspires you, do what brings you joy. Learn something new, learn a new hobby, or just do more of what you love doing. So if you love swimming, go swimming more. If you love hanging out with your friends, hang out with your friends more. If you love watching movies that make you laugh, watch movies that make you laugh. Just take yourself out of your head. Honestly, I feel like shouting it at someone, because I feel like all they're doing is literally replaying and replaying, and it's really not helping. It's almost like you're watching a movie that you really don't like. They're showing me this. They're showing me someone watching a horror movie, right? I don't like horror movies, so they're showing me that because that's what the message is. It's like they're showing me a horror movie, and all you keep doing is pausing it, rewinding it, playing it, pausing it, rewinding it, playing it. And it's like, why are you doing this? You don't like watching it in the first place. I just looked at the clock at 11:11, on point. Why are you doing this? You don't even like the movie in the first place, which to me says you don't like the situation in the first place. You don't like that person in the first place. Why do you keep thinking of them? Why do you keep thinking of that place? Why do you keep thinking of this friend or whatever, whoever it is, whatever it is, you keep thinking about it. So why are you even thinking about it in the first place? Because you don't even like them or like it. Secondly, why the hell would you want to watch it again? Why? Why? Why would you want to put yourself through that again? You can easily stop it, pick a different movie if you're watching on Netflix, or if you're watching a good old DVD, old-fashioned DVD, old-fashioned, wow. It feels weird saying that. You know what I mean? Take the DVD out, put a new one in, or yeah, obviously most people watch on Netflix or whatever. So choose a different movie, choose one that you like, choose one that you love, choose one that you used to watch, choose one that you used to watch when you were kids, like when you, I've just been reminded of a reading I did for someone the other day that said a similar thing. It was like, watch a childhood movie that you used to absolutely love. And so they might be choosing this and thinking, yeah, that was me. But even if you've seen that time and time again, it lights you up, and that's why you've watched it time and time again. You don't watch things that you don't like time and time again, okay? So you are actually in control of this. So follow your inspiration, follow what lights you up, okay? Got it. Okay, and then finally we have the spirit animal for your pile is fox. Okay, now what I'm hearing is for the fox, I'm hearing cunning, because cunning always comes up for me with this card, the word cunning, but it's going with the word plan, so cunning plan. So it's like you need to set up some kind of plan for yourself that's cunning, but like for you, like it's really gonna support you. It's gonna be really, why are they giving me the word juicy? It's really strange to give me the word juicy. A juicy plan. Okay, that's weird. It says here about there are no shadows without light. There's a separate message, but yeah, we'll get onto that in a second. So that's about looking into the past again. But they just want me to stick with the plan. There we go. They want me to stick with the plan. So once you've got a plan in place, they want you to stick with it. Okay, so if you start to maybe think about things that you can do to improve yourself or improve the situation, like stop replaying and start doing something that you enjoy, stick to that plan. Don't just like do it once and think, oh, it's done now. I don't feel any better, so I'm going to go back and watch that movie again, that old, that horror movie. Stick to it and keep doing it. Keep doing new things that you love. Keep trying new ways of making yourself feel better and focusing on the future. Okay, then you've got the shadow part. So there are no shadows without light. So it's like you've been shining a light too much on the shadows. You've been shining a light too much on the baggage, too much on the past and all the things that make you feel miserable or make you feel bad about yourself. You've been shining too much on that. I mean, there is a place for shadow work. There is a place for healing and going into that for people who are healers, who do like doing healing work and self-development and healing and growth work. There is a place for that, but there is also a place of wallowing, and there's also a place of there's too much of it and you need to eventually move forward. Okay, so this is for those people who are in the place of you've done too much now, you need to stop doing all this, you need to stop focusing on what's not working and you need to start focusing on what could work for you, okay, and what makes you feel good. So stop looking into the past, like you can see here, he's looking backwards. So stop looking into the past and focus forwards, like the High Priestess here, like focus forward. Okay, and then that will lead you into the light anyway, like this one. So you lift the light up and start to see a way forward. Okay, so that's all I have for you, pile one. I hope it made sense. Let me know in the comments what pile you chose, if you chose pile one, or and whether it resonated, and and if you do listen to the other ones as well, it'd be good to hear how you got on with those. If you want to connect with me or know any more about what other work I do, then please look in the description box and all the details will be there. Okay, so thanks very much, pile one, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome back. So this is for those who've chosen pile number 2, the white Howlite pendulum with the chakra colours here. You can see all the black little specks on there as well. Beautiful pendulum. My friend got me this for my birthday, late birthday present, bless her. So lovely pendulum there. Okay, so this is going to be for what next steps do you need to take on your journey? What are your next steps? Okay, so we've got 5 cards. I'm just going to go through each of the cards here. The initial energy that I got from this pile feels really positive. I'm actually excited to read it. The first card is just kind of where you've been and kind of what you're letting go of, I feel, and then the rest just feels so good. It feels really positive and open, and yeah, I'm really excited to do this. Okay, so let's jump in. So the first card we have is number 17. 1 and 7 together is 8 though. So 8 is about abundance, okay? So there is a level of abundance in this card, which made me think that even though it's because it's Ghostland, and normally Ghostland is kind of it's more on the shadowy side of things, it's more on the negative-y vibes, and kind of being being in your misery. Like for me, like it always seems like a bit of a doom and gloom card, but because of the number here, it lightened it up a lot. It was like, oh, okay, there is a positive in this, okay? And it's not that we should always try and find positives in the cards, and I try not to do that. I will be honest. I will say if there's like a really heavy feeling in the card, and you'll see from some of my other videos, I am honest with them. I'm not just going to be like, yeah, rainbows and butterflies and light at the end of the tunnel on every single message, because it's just not true. You know, that we're humans at the end of the day. We go through crap, and you have to be honest, okay? Even though I don't read tarot, and tarot are a bit more honest, and I read oracles, and they say that oracle cards are like la-di-da and all happy. No, they're not, because I pick up so much more from these cards. Anyway, I feel like I'm on a rant now. Anyway, there is a positive aspect of this card though. So what I feel with this is that it's time to let the old versions of you die. Okay, now it seems really, really like, ooh. But if you are to step into your desires, step into your goals, step into what you want to achieve, your best life, the best version of you, you need to let old versions of you die. Okay, now that could be the version of you which tells itself, I'm not confident enough, I don't know enough, I'm not good enough, I don't know why they're giving me this, but they're saying like I can't drive. So I don't know if there's someone here who's like, who doesn't know how to drive, and they just keep telling themselves I can't drive, and they believe that, and they believe that they can't do driving lessons. I just looked at the clock at 333. That's I love it when that happens, like in alignment, angel numbers, you're supported. So yeah, so maybe someone's like, oh no, I can't do that, or you know, you're wanting to learn how to drive, and obviously this is going to be specific for someone. You know, there's so many different energies watching this, but so say like you want to learn how to drive, but you just keep telling yourself, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. You're going to believe that. Now you need to let that version of you go who believes that, because it's all in the belief. All right, and I will talk more about this because it does seem like a theme of this reading. There is a particular card that I want to really go into this about, and it's going to be really helpful and beneficial to a lot of people. I'm actually going to be giving a lot of my secrets away in that card, but I feel just to be helpful. Anyway, it's about beliefs, okay, and it's about what the old version of you believes and what the new version of you believes, or what you want the new version of you to believe. But because it says ghost lands here, it's like there's that land that you were living in before, where you just believed all these negative things about yourself. It doesn't exist anymore, or you can choose for it not to exist anymore. Okay, you need to let that go. You need to let the old version of you who self-sabotage go. Like I'm seeing self-sabotage. I'm seeing people who used to drink their problems away, or who used to distract themselves with other things, like and then they just said, oh well, that's just me, you know, I just drink, that's just me. No, it's not you. You can choose to be someone else. You can choose to be a different version of you, and you can let that version go to step into the new version of you. So you're gonna be saying goodbye to the old versions of you that you don't want anymore. And this isn't about berating yourself. This isn't about saying horrible things about yourself, or, you know, not accepting those parts of you. It's not about that. It's just wanting to better yourself and wanting to better your life and improving and growing and evolving, because we're always doing that. All right. You now know, you know, you're not a child anymore who doesn't know how to tie their shoelaces, are you? You've learned how to tie your shoelaces, and that's new version of you. People who can drive, they've learned how to drive. That's now a new version of them who feels confident in driving. You know, you're not being horrible to the version of you that didn't used to know how to drive, or do you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to get that across, that it's not about dismissing old versions of you. It's just improving on yourself and growing as a person. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but I hope that made sense. Okay, Sage is the next card. So be devoted and committed. Yes, right? So once you have decided that you're going to improve on something on yourself, you're going to try new things, you're going to learn new things, you're going to drop the old version of you, step into a new version of you, and do something different that's going to improve yourself, stay committed, stay devoted, right? This is something that I've done myself. I knew for a while that meditation was going to really help me. It was going to really help my anxiety, it was going to really help my mind, it was going to give me more energy, it was going to help if I can, because I'm terrible with sleep, right? That's one of my self-sabotage things. I will go to bed too late, and I know that I make myself super tired by doing that, and I just can't seem to get out of that pattern. I need to let that old version of me go and step into a new version of me with that. So I'm with you totally, you know, I'm not perfect, nobody is. However, I knew that if I didn't meditate, I would be a lot worse, okay? And I kept hearing, and there were signs, and everybody was saying, you know, to try it, and I kept saying, I'm gonna do it. And then when I finally, well, I had the time to do it, that kind of helped. But you can literally make, I'm not saying do meditation, it can be anything, but if you are thinking about meditation, you can literally give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, like minimum. But I chose to actually go down a route of learning like a proper course and having a structure, because I needed that. And so, you know, that worked for me. And now I've made it my commitment to myself to do it twice a day. And I do it in the morning, I do it in the afternoon or early evening, every single day. And it has improved so much, like for me, and that's because I've stayed committed and devoted to it. And it's something that I have to give to myself every day. Same as brushing your teeth, same as putting your makeup on or whatever, same as combing your hair, same as like having breakfast, whatever. You make it, like whatever you choose to do, see if you can make it part of your routine to kind of make it fit in better for you. Or just like if you choose to, I don't know, go for a walk once a day, or just something that's going to improve the way you feel. I feel it's more important for you to improve the way you feel. Make you feel better about yourself. But once you've chosen it, stick to it. Okay, I did have a similar message in part 1, so you might have watched that as well, about sticking with something. Okay, but yeah, it really does make a difference. And what it tells the universe, or whoever you believe in, what it tells the universe is that you are serious about your growth. You are serious about wanting things for yourself. You're serious about your life. You're serious about your goals, your desires, your dreams. Okay, because you're committed to it. You're focused. You're willing to do this for yourself. Okay, so choose something, stick to it, be committed to yourself. All right. Next card we have is manifestation. Okay, now this is about what you want to, like, it's focused on what you want to manifest, obviously, like your desires, your goals, your dreams. But what I was saying is it will not manifest in your life if you don't do any of these things. So if you don't let go of old things, if you choose to believe negative things, if you choose to really listen to your ego, like to the voice that tells you can't do things and blah blah blah, or listen to your fears, or, you know, and if you're not committed to doing something about it, if you're not committed to stepping up for yourself, you're not going to manifest it. So I wanted to share with you something that is going to be really helpful. Now, as I say, I'm giving my secrets away because this is going to be part of something I want to offer in future. However, I feel to just do it. So for those who have tried affirmations, so you know, affirmations, or if you haven't tried them, is like I am statements. So saying something that you want to achieve. So like say you want to build your confidence, so you'll say I am confident, right? And it's a way of kind of believing that you're confident. But for those who don't really believe it deep down that they're confident, and they're saying I am confident, your mind is literally just going to go, that's a load of rubbish. You don't believe that, so it's not going to sink in, right? So what I found is a really, really helpful way of building up your belief system, building up new ways and new thought processes in your mind to actually believe that you are these things, is to, when you're saying them, so close your eyes when you're saying them, and keep saying them over and over, think of something in your life now that you are, say, confident, that you are confident in, right? And visualize it. So say that you are confident in driving, right? I'm just going to use driving again, don't know, it's just easier. Say that you're a confident driver, right? Imagine yourself driving, and you're driving fine because you're confident at driving. Then you say, I am confident. And what that does is that affirms it in your mind, and it says, yeah, that's true. It makes it true. Okay. So say that you are wanting abundance in your life, okay, and you've tried that I am abundant, and then your mind goes, well, you're not really, because you haven't got loads of money, and you haven't got this, and you haven't got that, right? Because that's what our mind does, you know, it's used to kind of sabotaging it, right? So what you need to do is you need to look around you, and you need to really think about the ways in which you are abundant, right? And this could be as easy as, you know, just looking around your room and seeing what lovely things you have, like all the clothes you have, or the lovely warm bed that you have, or the food that you have in your cupboards, or if you're looking outside, the leaves on the trees, and the sky, and the air that we breathe, and the water that you have free flowing in your taps, and the sunshine, and, you know, everything that's abundant. You need to really feel that, because abundance isn't just money. Abundance is abundance of good things, okay? So good things in your life. If you've got a loving family, you're abundant with love, do you know what I mean? So it's just affirming that. So closing your eyes and saying, I am abundant, and just thinking of all the things that you are abundant with. And then that clicks, okay? So when you feel that click, then you can move on to the next one. And just do it with as many things. And if you can't find something, keep saying it, and keep saying it, and keep saying it until you get something. Okay, I tried it with I am organised. I had to do that for something I wanted to manifest, and it was funny. So I had to do it with I am organised, and I could not think of anything. And then I kept saying it until I got my sock drawer. And they show you my sock drawer, because my sock drawer is like, it's quite organised at the moment. Sometimes it's not, but at the moment it is. So they showed me that, and I laughed. I was like, oh well, I am organised. And then it led on to other things. So it led on to my work desk, or it led on to my emails, like they're in folders, and, you know, things like that. So then your brain will look for things. So once you've found something that is true, and it clicks, and you believe it, it will find things, other things that make you more organised, or make you more abundant, or make you more confident. So then you start attracting things that make you feel those things. There he goes, a little tip there for manifestation, giving all my secrets away. So those who've chosen pile 2, you are in luck. A little bit of free useful information on manifestation there. Okay, so the next card we have is bearing fruit. Look at this, and look, I love it when that happens. At tree. But look how beautiful that is, like all the colours and everything. And this is because you've done all these things, right? So all the things at the start I mentioned, leading to you bearing fruit, right? And it's a brilliant time for that. It's springtime, the blossom is growing on the trees. I love that. I love seeing blossom. You know, all the flowers are growing, like rebirth, the sun, everything's coming out, and that feels like that's the energy that you're going to be in once you start adopting these taking these next steps, okay, and being committed and being devoted and trying those new things and really stepping into what you want. All right, so you're gonna be bearing fruit. It's gonna be beautiful, like all these beautiful colors. There's a color of self-compassion here, so really bright, that color pink is, for me, is like self-compassion, self-love. So just stay in that as much as you can. Try that with your affirmations, okay? So if you're wanting to be more loved, you know, I am loved, and just think about the people who love you, and really feel that, and just keep doing it and keep feeling that, and you will attract more love. Okay, so yeah, you're bearing fruit. That feels good. Okay, and then the last one is your spirit animal. So your spirit animal is lion. Fierce, confident. That word confident keeps coming through. I think some people here want more confidence. You're going to get it. You're going to get it if you take all the right steps. Okay, but it does take for you to do that. And it says honor your soul and celebrate its journey. So now honor is about that believing in yourself, honoring who you really are, honoring the good things about you. All right, so if you're wanting to feel, I don't know, I just got the word generous in my head, which was another thing that I put on my list. So obviously if you're wanting to attract more money and things, and then you'll be able to be more generous, you need to think about your worth at the moment. Okay, so money is all about worth. You need to think about your worthiness at the moment. Maybe you don't feel worthy of good things and that's why you're not attracting it. But I heard the word generous, so it's like maybe use that one, I am generous, and think about the things that you do at the moment where you are generous with other people, and that's going to really help you boost your self-worth and boost your self-value and realize your value in this world, because that's kind of one of the things that people forget, is that if you're not feeling very valuable, you're not feeling very worthy, you're not really going to attract things that you're worthy of, and yeah, that's kind of a big issue that we have with manifestation. Sometimes you're not going to attract it, or you do attract it and then you lose it because you just don't feel worthy of it. Okay, and then it says celebrate its journey. So I feel like you do need to celebrate how far you've come as well. So have a look at, you might be being hard on yourself and might be feeling like you've not got very far, but actually if you look back, you'll realize just how many steps you've taken and how far you have actually come. So celebrate that journey. Okay, so there we go. That is your that's your messages for your next steps, pile 2. I hope it resonated. Let me know in the comments which pile you chose, if you chose just this one or other piles as well, if it resonated. If you want to know anything more about me and my services, check out the description box. Give it a like and share with your friends, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome back. This is for those who've chosen pile number 3, the opalite pendulum. I think this is the first one I ever got, actually. So yeah, beautiful rainbow colours in there. Hope you can see them. But yeah, so this is your pile, and this is for what are your next steps on your journey. Okay, now there was a little bit of a resistance with this pile. So as I was shuffling the cards, they were taking so long to bring out any cards, and all the cards were thrown on the floor. The other 2 piles didn't have this. They all came out really easily, but this one was just really like stop start and thrown on the floor and not wanting to choose a card. It was almost like a I don't know, like a stroppy, I want to say stroppy teenager. I've said this before in readings, but there is like a stroppy teenager vibe. I think that came through in my moon messages as well. So maybe those people who've watched that have chosen this pile as well. But there was kind of like a resistant energy going on. I did mention at the start, if you like choose a pile that you are resistant to, there might be messages for you here. So you've probably done that. So hi, you're about to hear some truths. Okay, so we only have 4 cards and the other piles had 5. Now that's only because one of the decks you just would not choose a card from. You would just, your energy was just like, nope. Like, I just don't want it. I don't want the cards. Like, that's the energy I got. Right, and the first card kind of is that feeling. There's a feeling of like real resistance, real stuckness. And the first card we have is Deep Freeze. Okay, so I'm just going to move so that light's not in the way. Okay, so Deep Freeze. Now look at that. Like, does anyone here hate the winter? I hate the winter. And if you don't hate the winter, but that's fine. But like, just imagine somebody who really hates the winter and just like every time it comes around, they're like, oh, I'm not going out, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Oh, it's so cold, and they're always moaning all the time, and they're always like resistant to everything and just like huffy and like, I don't know, miserable, just a really miserable energy. this is what the energy is here. It's like, I don't want to move, I don't want to do anything. And I don't know why, but I've got like freezing of accounts as well. So maybe it's something to do with money as well. Like you're just like in a real bad place with money at the moment as well. And you're just like, well, I just can't do anything. I can't go out, I can't do this, I can't do that, I've got no money. Or like you have to freeze your accounts or freeze your credit cards or something. There's something about that coming through as well. So it could be, you know, obviously there's many different energies watching this, but it could be something to do with that as well. So, or just like money issues in general. So real huffy energy, real like, oh, I just can't be bothered. And I'm hearing the word movement. So I am hearing that you do need to move out of this energy. Of course you need to move out of this energy. And we're now coming into this, well, in the UK, we're coming out of the winter and going into spring. I know that some people are obviously going the other way. But this is the kind of energy they're giving me. It's like, imagine, even if you're not in that situation, imagine that you're coming out of winter and going into spring, and you need to start waking up. Almost like the flowers need to start, you know, coming out of their starting to bud and coming out of the darkness and into the light, and the leaves need to start growing on the trees. They can't stay like in this, like enclosed hermit mode, can they? Like they can't stay frozen forever. Just seeing like a whole woodland frozen. I'm also seeing Secret Garden. So you know the film Secret Garden, if you've ever watched the film Secret Garden, like just imagine it like it's all dead and overgrown, and then suddenly, you know, when it all like blossoms. I love the first one. Like, I don't know if you've seen the new one, but I love the first one much more, and it was just so beautiful, like seeing all those flowers growing out of like that, you know, how it was before. And it's almost like that. It's like you need to allow this to happen. You need to allow this, like if something's coming through for you, there is some light shining through, allow it. Don't hold on to, and this is a similar message in pile 1. So if you've chosen pile 1 as well, this might be a message for you as well. So there's a similar message of wanting to hold on to the part of you that is a bit of a drama queen, a bit of a self-sabotager, a bit of a, oh, I don't want to do this, I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. And you're clinging on to that identity. It's like, no, you cannot do this. You can't stop the trees from growing leaves. You can't stop the flowers from growing, unless you obviously like yank them out of the ground or whatever, but you can't stop that. You can't stop the sun from coming up. You have to allow what naturally needs to unfold. There was a reason why you went through this period, right? There's always a reason for the seasons. Hey, right. You needed to have that time. You needed to have that reflection time. You needed to go within. But now it's time to start opening up. It's time to start recognizing those parts of you that need to grow, that need to develop, that need to open up. I'm seeing someone who maybe is closed off their heart as well. And it's time to now start opening that. You might be scared of that. I am feeling quite a fearful energy with that. And it makes sense with the next card actually. So yeah, I think I'll just go on to the next card, but I think that's kind of giving you an idea of, you know, what needs to happen, right? We're seeing this like stone figure here. Oh, I'm seeing Narnia. Oh, I love that film, Narnia. Oh, I think I might want to watch that again. Yeah, I'm seeing like this stone lion, like Aslan in Narnia, and then he just like, you know, it all cracks, and then he like awakens again and comes back to life. I'm seeing that. So it's positive. It is positive. It will be positive. Like 2 and 6 together, so number 26 on that card, 2 and 6 together is 8, and 8 is abundance. And we had a similar message with one of the other piles, can't remember which one it was now, first one I think, where it was quite a dim and dark first card, but actually it had number 8 at the top, which is abundance. So there was positive aspects of that card. Okay, now the next card we have is trust, but it's upside down. Of course it's upside down, because you are in a very mistrusting energy at the moment. You wouldn't even let me choose a card from one of the decks. Like, you were like, nope, not having it. Nope, don't trust these cards. Like, whatever it was, It's like you don't trust people, you don't trust situations, you don't trust yourself, you don't trust what's happening in life, you don't trust that good things are coming. But trust me, they really are. However, you do have a part to play in it. You can't stay in that. You can't force yourself to stay in that mode that you were in before. You need to come out of that, okay? Because you being frozen, you being stuck in that same situation. I sound like a broken record with pile one. So if you go back to pile one if you haven't watched pile one, because I think it would really help you with that as well. You can't stay in that mode because it really won't help you. It won't help you move forward. You're not going to get anywhere by replaying the same things in your head, by telling yourself things about yourself that aren't helping you. Right, you have to, it starts with trusting yourself. Right, I'm going to turn this around because it doesn't feel right upside down. It starts with trusting yourself. There's just one person on here. There's not loads of people. So that person really needs to just trust themselves, trust that they have the power to change this. Right, start focusing on things that you do, that you can do. Right, if it's been hard for you and you feel like honestly you don't know what the hell to do, you don't know how you can move forward, you've got no idea what to do, literally just think about the things that you can manage. I know I was in a very dark place a few months ago and I literally struggled to get myself dressed. I struggled to eat, I struggled to shower. And this is not me like a few months ago, this is me a few months ago. And I was just like, what has happened to me? Like life had thrown a massive curveball in my way and it threw me. It completely threw me and I just couldn't do anything. But what I had to do is literally just take one step at a time and just do what I could manage. So I went from like not being able to eat like a lot to just trying to eat like fruit or something, and then like just making sure that I had a shower or making sure that I got changed that day, and then I was able to do other things. So it's literally like taking one step at a time and managing like bit by bit. And I'm seeing like as if you were frozen and then someone just like chipping away at you, or like melting a little bit of you, like if you were frozen like ice, melting a little bit of way of you at a time, if that makes sense. So it's not about doing it all at once, so don't overwhelm yourself. Take it one step at a time, if that helps anyone. Obviously this is not going to resonate for everyone, but it's just for those who are really in a dark place or struggling at the moment. So trust, and I think that will build that level of trust. So once you start doing a little thing and that will lead on to bigger things, you then build that level of trust in yourself, and then you can do other things and other things and other things, okay? But yeah, you're not going to trust others until you trust yourself first, all right? That's a really big message there. Now the next card we have is Roots of Abundance. I always love this when it comes out because look, it's the same picture as my picture behind me. Now this is about planting the seeds for growth in what you want to achieve. So even though you're in this dark place at the moment and you're probably feeling like, I have no idea how I'm going to get from A to B, like you've got this vision that you really want something, but you've got like, no, there's no way I'm going to get there. You really need to focus on you need to go backwards. So actually, like pile one was like, don't focus on the past, focus forwards. But you actually do need to go kind of backwards, like in a way, not backwards. It's not really backwards. It's just literally just getting a perspective on things. And it's like understanding why these things happened. So it's a real reflection time. And actually, while you're in this position of being frozen or, still in winter energy, use that time wisely to really process what's happened to you. Really, you can journal about it. You can really feel into your feelings. This is about healing. This is about really understanding kind of what happened. Like, I'm hearing blame, so it could be that you're like in the blame mode at the moment, and you're like, well, this happened to me because of this person, and this happened to me because of this situation. And it's like, what was your part in it? You need to look at your part. You need to look at the root cause of it, right? And it's not to say it's all your fault, because there's two sides of every story, or there's many sides, you know, sometimes many aspects that could have contributed to the issue. But look at your part, and then once you know your part, it kind of allows an opening. It allows some understanding, it allows some compassion, and it allows, I'm not saying that you're going to suddenly, like, if this is about another person, I'm not saying you're suddenly going to forgive the other person, but what it will do is it will ease it up a little in you, so that then creates a little bit of trust, okay? It creates a little bit of trust in your experience, and you start to understand why things happened the way they did, and you can even look at what are the blessings. I know it might be really hard for some people at the moment in this group to be like, oh yeah, I can't see the blessings in this. What blessings are there? It's caused so much havoc, or it's caused so much issues. But once you start to really look at it, and I think this came through in the moon messages as well, so if you haven't watched my moon messages reading, go back to that, because it will mention something about giving yourself some time for reflection and giving yourself some space, and then really understanding things. And then once you kind of know these things, it will help you move forward. So it's hard to say what it is, because it's going to be different for everybody, but you really do need that time to really go within and be like, okay, what was my side? What did I do? What could I have done better? What are the blessings? What are the lessons? Like, I know it sounds very cliche, but it's all there. It's all there in the roots, okay? All the knowledge, all the wisdom. These trees have a lot of wisdom, and all the wisdom is there. Okay, it's all there in the roots. It's all there in, I want to say the soil. Like, the soil is what like nourishes everything, and then it helps things to grow. And sometimes the soil of, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like the soil's like within us, and it has all of the wisdom and the guidance there. So we sometimes just need to really reflect within and stop pushing it all outside of us, and stop blaming and stop shaming and stop saying everything's on the outside, because it really isn't. Like, there's a lot of things that are reflected to us that because of our own inner turmoil, inner things that are going on for us. I know it's a bit deep there, but sometimes, a lot of the time, it's the truth. All right, but there's a real opportunity for growth in this if you take that opportunity. If you continue to stay where you are, you're not going to be going anywhere. I'm just seeing it like a hamster on a wheel. It's just going to be like that. All right, and it's not going to help your trust issues at all. All right, and then the last card we have for your spirit animal is hedgehog. Now I'm just seeing a hedgehog curling up in a ball. So this is you in that energy at the moment, right? In that frozen energy. It's like the hedgehog in a ball, and it's like the spikes on the hedgehogs, like the mistrust. So it's like, you know, I'm spiky, like I don't trust anyone. I'm gonna like hurt someone, or you know, or they're gonna hurt me, or you know, so I'm gonna curl up and I'm gonna hide away. So that's your energy at the moment. But if you see like all the spring, all the flowers, everything coming out, that's time for you to start opening up and start growing. All of the messages that I mentioned before. And it says acceptance, embrace who you are, right? So I think once you get this time to kind of reflect, and you look at your side of things, and you look at actually like how, now one of the questions you need to ask yourself is, how has this happened for me, right? Which I mentioned is about the blessings. One of the famous quotes going around so much at the moment in the personal development world is, it's happening for me, not to me, right? So if you're constantly in a blame mindset, like, oh, they've done this and this has happened to me, and why has this happened to me, and victim mode and all of that, it's really not going to help you. To switch it and think of the blessings in this, the lessons in this, what it's helped you learn, what it's helped you, like how it's helped you grow, is then switching it to a this has happened for me situation, right? Which empowers you. It then helps you focus on what could be coming from this. Like, how can I trust the universe and trust in what's happened, to like trust enough that something good is going to come from this, right? This hedgehog, when it's all out and about and like open, and then it gets to see all the blossom, it gets to see all the flowers, it gets to roam around on the grass, it gets to meet new friends, do you know what I mean? There's so many more opportunities because it's opening up. Oops, just hitting the card. It's opening up to opportunities. It's yeah. And so when you're looking at the things in a different perspective and looking at yourself in a different perspective and seeing kind of how you've grown, what you've learned, how you can improve things in the future as well, you start to kind of accept the situation, and then, you know, you can accept yourself a bit more, and then you might be able to accept others a bit more. It kind of goes in that kind of order. Generally, when you start to accept yourself more, you then start to accept others more, and you start to trust others more. Same as what I said about trusting yourself first. It all starts with you. All right. So there we go. That is your that's your messages, group 3. I hope it made sense. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you chose any other piles as well. Give it a like, subscribe for future videos, share with your friends, and if you do want to know a bit more about me and my work, then all the details are in the description box. But thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.